Hey man, what's going on?
Oh, hey, what's up, man? I'm just working on a project.
Oh, what's your project on?
Globalization.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's that?
Well, dude, I just looked up the actual definition. It's weird that you ask. It's the process of international integration arising from interchange of world views, products, ideas, and other aspects of culture.
Yeah, that sounds kind of boring.
It is.
Well, why don't you talk about something that you like, related to globalization? Do you have a topic yet?
I don't have a topic, and I don't think that's possible. There's nothing I could like about globalization. I'm sorry.
Well, what if I told you there was something?
Dude, trust me, there's nothing.
How about you write about baseball?
Baseball, yeah. Yeah, as much as I'd love to write about baseball, I don't think that's possible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way baseball and globalization connect? What would you say?
I would say I don't believe you.
I will show you. Well, dude, who's your favorite baseball team?
Dude, are you serious? Obviously, it's the Boston Red Sox.
Dude, where the heck did you get that bear?
Dude, I carry this around everywhere. No one ever seems to notice.
Alright, that's not even important. Anyways, for example, who's your favorite player for the Red Sox?
Dude, Big Poppy.
Okay, well, David Ortiz, we'll guess where he's from.
I think he's from the DR.
He's from the Dominican Republic, you're right.
Yeah.
So, for example, who's the Red Sox closer?
Koji Uehara.
And he's from Japan. Their setup guy, Junichi Tozawa, he's also from Japan. Who else do you like for the Red Sox?
Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah, he's from Aruba. So this is why baseball is global. For example, there's some other players. Edward Mujica, Jonathan Herrera, they're both from Venezuela, man.
Oh yeah, I heard Felix Dubron is also from Venezuela.
Felix Dubron is also from Venezuela. So that's just one example. There are 30 teams in the MLB, man. 30 teams.
Alright, and that's just one. Okay, I get your point.
So each team in the MLB is going to have players from different areas.
Yeah, okay, you're right. So if I think about how many countries there are and how many players there are, then baseball is pretty diverse.
Baseball is pretty diverse.
Alright, so maybe I can write about baseball and how diverse the MLB is. But here's my question.
Yes.
Why would all these players from these different countries be coming to the MLB? Like, why don't they just play in their own country?
It's a great question. So, for example, people who come from the Dominican Republic are from really bad areas that have a lot of poverty. So they want to come to the MLB and to America to try to get, more money and try to benefit their families.
Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned the DR, I think I heard something about how the players, when they're just kids, they get into these camps, these baseball camps, and they put like their heart and soul into it. But unfortunately, only a small majority of them actually make it. And these kids like quit school, they have low education, and if they don't make it to the MLB, then they really don't have much of a future ahead of them. So yeah, I did hear something about that.
See, man, now that's what I'm talking about. Now you can get a start on that globalization paper.
Yeah, you're right, dude. I probably should get started. Dude, I appreciate the help.
Yeah, no problem.
You've been awesome.
See you later. Jellyfish. See you, man.
Yeah, see ya.
A few moments later.
Oh, hey, bro. How's your project going, dude? Learn anything more about baseball and globalization?
Yeah, man, I've learned a lot. Remember when I was talking to you about the Dominican Republic and the prospects that try to make it through there? Well, I've learned that there's specific scouts for the MLB that try to find boys that they think that could make it to the MLB, and what they do with them is they feed them and they bring them to this academy, and they train them as hard as they can in hopes that one day they'll make it to the MLB. And the kids that don't get selected by these scouts have to train on their own, which is a huge disadvantage to them. But they'll forego their education and their schooling and everything else in their lives just to try to make it to the MLB. So it's a constant struggle just for a game, just for the game of baseball. And that's how it is in the DR.
It's pretty sweet, man. I didn't know anything about that in the Dominican Republic, how it was fully related to globalization. So I was thinking, is globalization and baseball, united in other places other than just the Dominican Republic? Like, isn't there something going on with Japan or other countries?
Dude, of course there's something going on. Japan has their own baseball league. Did you know that?
No, I didn't, dude.
Yeah, it's called the Nippon Professional Baseball League, right? And players like Ichiro Suzuki, Yu Darvish, and the guy we mentioned earlier, Koji Uehara,
Gotta
who
love
plays for the
him.
Red Sox, yeah, of course. They all came from that league. It's different from the Dominican Republic because they're not necessarily trying to make it to the MLB. The Nippon Professional Baseball is its own league, so you can make a living over there. What does make it like the Dominican Republic is because a lot of the players there want to make it to the MLB. It's a lot more of a competitive league, the MLB is. If you're in Japan and you want the next step, you would go to the MLB. More money, more fans, and it's just a better league.
It's a good point, man. All those players that you said from Japan are all good players. But have you heard of the World Baseball Classic? What that is very similar to how FIFA has the World Cup. All the players and all the teams from around the world, all these countries have all their teams. And what they do is they have the games, and it's like this one big tournament. And it's really good for the communities for all these different countries because it gets them to be able to root for their teams and gets them everyone very involved in it. It's kind of a very easy, more casual thing compared to how FIFA is. FIFA seems to be more intense and the fans try to get more into it. But as far as baseball, it's kind of more low-key, more relaxed. But it still is a very great way for, the countries as a whole to reenact and get involved with everyone, I should say.
Yeah, dude, I'll definitely use that in my paper. You're coming up with some really good ideas. I'm glad I have you along here.
Hey man, I'm just here to help. I'm glad I could help you out. Oh, also make sure you talk about Jackie Robinson.
Why would I talk about Jackie Robinson?
Dude, Jackie Robinson was the first African-American player in the Major League Baseball. I mean, without him, if he wasn't able to come into the sport, there wouldn't have been other players from all these different countries to be able to play in the MLB. He set the standard for everyone to be able to play. He's very, very important to the league. Have you seen the movie 42? You should check that out. It's a great movie.
Alright, bro. That's a great point. I will definitely include that in my paper.
Hey, man, I'm just glad I could help. But I gotta go, so if you need me, just feel free to send me a text or something. And I'm glad that we had this time together where we could talk about globalization. I'm glad that we were able to incorporate baseball with it because I know you and I both are huge baseball fanatics. But I'll see you later, man. Have a good one.
Alright, thanks, man.
$2,000 later.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ESPN. I'm your analyst, Joe Sanders. With us, we have best-selling author Ryan Curran talking about his book, A Nation's Home Run. So please welcome Ryan Curran to the set.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you. So, A Nation's Home Run. Why did you name it that?
I call it Nation's Home Run because the first thing I thought of when I wanted to come up with the title is what's my favorite part about baseball? Home runs.
That's true.
So the reason I call it Nation's Home Run is because I thought it was, home run's a trip around the bases, and what I really want to emphasize is that it's a global book, and so I tried to emphasize a trip around the world, so I call it Nation's Home Run.
It's a really great point. So I know that you had also talked during the Little League World Series when that was going on. This was, I think, Chapter 3 in your book.
Yeah.
You had talked to the California coach
Yeah,
for the Little League World Series. How was that?
That was a blast. I was privileged enough to follow along with the California team. They made it all the way to the finals and they lost to Japan. But I was privileged enough to talk to him and some of the players, and that was just a ball. All the teams were just great sports. It's just amazing to be in such a diverse atmosphere. Being a part of that. These players, a lot of them go on to the pros. There's just a high level, and the World Baseball Classic I can think of is equivalent to the Little League World Series, except the World Baseball Classic's on a professional level and the Little League World Series is on a amateur level. But they're one and the same.
It does seem like it means a lot more to the kids, though.
You could say that. A lot of these kids, they, like I was talking about earlier in my studies. A lot of these kids don't have much, but they got baseball, and the love of the game really propels them to continue on and really leave their hearts on the field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my next question to you is, why do you think baseball has such an impact on the world? Baseball was created in 1839 by Abner Doubleday.
Yeah.
So why is it that this sport is still being played even today? What makes baseball so influential?
Well,
so
I mean,
global?
it's a diverse sport. Who doesn't love the game of baseball? It used to be America's pastime, but honestly, right now, I think it's you could argue it's the world's pastime. You just need a bat and a ball, or a stick and a rock, and you can play the game. I think it's a great sport, and I think that it's gonna keep catching on with other nations.
Do you think that there is any other sport out there that even competes with baseball?
I guess you could argue with soccer or football, is how other countries call it. But in my opinion, my own opinion, there's nothing like baseball. No sport like it.
So I want to thank you for coming out here.
Thanks for having me.
So it was nice seeing you. So this is Joe Sanders signing out. Thank you.